Hello, everybody. It's Professor Hassey. It's our week 4 update video, our week 4 or our halfway point of our Business 330 class for the Spring 2 session. Our week is entitled Capital Valuation. We're looking at bonds and stocks as indicated in our lecture video of this past Monday. We also have a midterm examination to work on this week, due Sunday evening. Again, the extension alternative is available to students. If you need extra time with that, let me know. If you don't let me know, then you're not entitled to extension. So just drop me a quick note saying you don't even have to give me the reason why you'd like an extension, and if I approve it, all is well. I'd like to start out this update video with a quick review of our assignment number 2, which has some problems involved in the midterm as well. And just to go over it, the couple quick things. I've provided 2 files for the solutions for this assignment. This PDF file, which gives the answers and highlighted, but also a spreadsheet file. And I'll show that spreadsheet file in just a minute, where I show the actual calculations of the answers. Some people had difficulty with question number 1. And the key part there is simple interest. In other words, it's not compounded. It's just $10,000 times 6% times 5 years. It's not compounded every year, which is the answer to D. That's when you compound that 6% every year. But simple interest means it's just no compounding, just $10,000 times the interest rate, 6%, times the period, 5 years, and the correct answer is $13,000. Some of us missed that one. Simple interest is the key in that question. The first question, number 1, is 4 multiple choice questions determining time value of money. Each question is worth 10 points. So let's go over to the spreadsheet file that shows the details of these answers. Again, the spreadsheet file is located in the assignment 2 file folder in Blackboard, or you can download it and see the calculations here. You just go to the cell. For example, what we just talked about is the simple interest calculation. It's just $10,000 times 6% times 5 years. And that gives us $3,000. Add $3,000 to the principal, and there's our answer. What is the present value of if a trust fund promised to pay you $50,000 on your 30th birthday, 7 years from today, and earns 10% interest? The present value is PV at 10% for 7 periods, and the amount is naturally negative 50,000, and you get 25,651.91. Question number 3 is determining the present value of 5 years, but remember, in 2 and year 4, there's no money. So the present value is the net present value of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years discounted at 7%, plus you add in the 1,000 for year 0, where there's no interest calculated because it's happening right now, and you get 10,412.27. Question 4, if $120,000 is borrowed for a home mortgage and repaid at 9% interest over 30 years with monthly payments of $965.55, remember, this is an amortization schedule. You don't have to compute that, because how much interest is paid over the life, all you need to do is take the 12 payments over 30 years, which is 360 payments, times the monthly payments of $965.55, and then subtract the principal, $120, and you'll get the amount of interest you're paying over that time period. So different looks: present value of a future amount, the future value using simple interest, the net present value over a period of time of cash flows, and a definition of amortized loan. What's the interest involved in mortgage payments over a 30-year period? So that's question number 1, worth 40 points, 10 points apiece for assignment number 2. Now, question number 2 is worth 60 points, which is quite a lot of points, but it's asking for a real-world application of time value of money. And a lot of you gave me some very brief answers, and I put in your answer or in my reply to your file that I posted to Blackboard details. In other words, the question has, your example should be an instrument of present and future value and explain how those values are used in your example. Just giving me the calculation is not explaining to me what's going on here. So some of you I was pretty lenient on this, by the way, but some of you gave me no explanation. You just did a calculation and I'm supposed to figure out by osmosis what you're trying to do. So I took some points away from that, just so you're aware of that. Remember, in any answer, especially in any assessments with Professor Hasse, read the question carefully and make sure you answer the question completely as prescribed in the question. So don't forget that with the midterm examination. So that's assignment number 2. We now have the midterm examination this week. And at the end of that time period, we've basically completed half the course as far as grade is concerned. We have a couple of more assignments. We have a final examination. So we have half the work completed. As soon as this work is posted by you this weekend and I post the grades next week, make sure you're aware of your cumulative grade up to 4 weeks through the class. If any of you have any difficulties or problems with that or don't understand it, be sure to let me know. Remember, this is the midterm point. Please feel free to set up a Zoom meeting with me if you want to talk about your work. Feel free to send me an email or a post to the discussion forum about any comments you have about the class. Anything I can do to make the class better for you. I think we're all doing a pretty fair job on this. I know a lot of us are busy with our lives, with illnesses in the family, with work. So please, if you're running into difficulties meeting your time management with this class, let me know. We can work it out. But if you don't let me know and you continuously post late or you don't post at all, then I'm going to assume you're not fully engaged in this class and you'll be, your grades will show that. So just keep in touch. And it's very easy for me to do that. On Wednesday nights, I've had very few people come on Wednesday nights at our student hours. I know that probably doesn't mesh with some of your schedules, but at the same time, you know I'm there. You can send me a note and we can reschedule an appointment time that fits your schedule. So please take advantage of that. Don't wait till week 6 or 7 or 8 to all of a sudden try to seek help. It might be too late. Okay, remember the midterm examination is due this weekend, Sunday night. It's a series of multiple choice definitions and calculations from our first 7 chapters of our course. We reviewed all of this information either in assignment 1 or assignment 2, or we reviewed the information in this week's lecture notes or lecture video. So be sure to stay on top of that. Some of this information was taken right out of past assignments, like question number 3. And you can refer to those. The solutions are posted in Blackboard. So we have a series of multiple choice questions. And then we have an update of your student portfolio. And remember, I talked about this in my lecture video on Monday. You're to update your portfolio as of today, Friday, April 29th. The market is now closed. You can now update your prices and the 3 indexes. The key to this is as follows. You have to take your original calculation of April 8th, where you divvied up the 100,000 to the variety of different stocks that you selected, and copy that down to a new section where now you will date that April 29th. The key part of this is to copy the share values down to your new April 29th portfolio. Remember, the share values have to be the same. So you just copy and paste those values into this cell. And the formula in this update, remember the formula last time was taking the price times the share, taking the investment divided by the price to get the number of shares. In this update of your portfolio on April 29th, it's take the price times the number of shares to get your new value of your portfolio. In this example here, this is not my true numbers of this Friday, but the example I used on Monday in my course lecture, I have now lost a few $100 so far in this example of my portfolio. That's what I want to see. What is your current value of your portfolio now? And then list the Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ close today, Friday, April 29th, so we can compare how we started out with. And we'll do some discussion about this in the coming week in our course. Also, another indicator I was looking for in the midterm was to just look up the beta value for each one of your companies. You can go to Yahoo Finance, and right on the first page, the front page of any company, it lists a bunch of financial data, and the beta value is the one you want to grab, and let me know what your beta value is for each one of your companies. And we will discuss that in the coming week, number 5. So those are the indicators I'm looking for in the portfolio update for the midterm. And remember, don't forget to include that spreadsheet file, not a cut and paste into the examination, not a picture, not a PDF file, not a Word doc file, the actual spreadsheet so I can see your calculations and your formulas in the cells of the spreadsheet. If you do not have that, you will lose points on your portfolio. Make sure you post the spreadsheet file. If you need any help with spreadsheets, you should have already asked me at this point of our class, but please feel free to ask me now if you need assistance in spreadsheet work. And the final question of the midterm is an essay question. Doing a little research, giving a little interpretation, a little analysis of the company that you selected in your prior assignment that you did some work on. In assignment number 1, remember you did some work on earnings per share, you did some work on current ratio and some other financial analytical information. I want you to take that company now and review its capital structure over the 2-year period of the pandemic, January 1, 2020 to December 31st, 2021. How has the capital structure of that company changed over those 2 years? Remember, the definition of capital structure is the percent of debt and equity to assets. It always has to equal 100%. How has that mix of debt and equity changed over these 2 years? You can do it. Your analysis could be on a quarterly basis. It could be on a semi-annual basis. That's probably the best way of doing it. I want to see some trends. I just want to see 2 numbers. I want to see some trends over that period of time. And then also look and do some research and what to substantiate why that capital structure percentages have changed. Was there a change in the corporate governance? In other words, did the management of the company changed over this period? Has the markets or the competition changed for this company? Whatever, cite some examples of what your interpretation is of that change in the capital structure of your company. It's a 2-page essay minimum, not to exceed 10 pages, double spaced. You don't have to put it in the APA format. Just type it out, 2 pages or more, not to exceed 10, double space, giving me some data and some interpretation of that data over this period of time. Take your time on this, put in an effort, and you'll be rewarded with a good grade on this. This is a good question for writing, research, interpretation. So that's the midterm examination due on Sunday. If any of you have any questions about this examination, not only extensions or anything, I'm around this weekend. Please let me know. Okay, just to make sure we're all on the same page here, here's our Blackboard site, which hopefully you're all getting used to and understand my style of presentation and how we get data and information posted every week, and with our video schedule and with information with our student hours, you all should be getting into a flow now of the material in this class. Remember, in the report card section here, you'll see your cumulative grade in this class as of the present time. You can click on that grade and go directly to your grade center and get the details of what makes up that grade. In the Zoom and YouTube links file folder is accumulation of all our videos from all the weeks thus far, our lecture videos, our update videos, all presented in a row there that you can easily get to. The student discussion forum is where you can post questions or comments to me at this midpoint in our class. And then we have the assignments and examination section. There's the midterm examination that you are working on this week. Don't forget, you're probably going to give me 2 files on this examination. The file where you're answering the multiple choice questions and the essay questions, and then the file of the spreadsheet of your portfolio. Do not forget that. Here are the assignments, number 2 with the solutions and the Excel spreadsheet of those solutions, and assignment 1 where the solutions to that work as well. That can be good review for the midterm. And then our week 4 where we have our learning assignments for this week, the details of stocks and bonds that we talked about in our lecture video on Monday. And also, one other thing that might be of some interest to some of you, this coming Wednesday, May 4th, we're having a career fair on the Laverne campus at Sneaky Park, which is right in the middle of the campus, off 2nd Street off 3rd Street in Laverne. And a fair, but also you can also just register for the fair and get some information that if you cannot come to campus, there's some pretty good companies that are going to be there. Here's a sample. Disney is one, which it might be worth for some of you. But this is a career fair where undergraduates, graduate students, alumni can use the services of our career services to find out about jobs or just network and see what kind of jobs are out there available. So again, the career fair is this Wednesday from 11 to 1 p.m. on May 4th on the Laverne campus. Now for online students, that's difficult, I know, but it's something to be aware of. Maybe click on this link and register and get some information over the internet. So if any of you are interested, that's coming up this coming Wednesday, and some of you might want to take advantage of that. So that's where we are, up to date through week 4, midterm examination week. Again, I urge you, if any of you have some information problems, you're not getting the data, I'm not doing my job, be sure to let me know. Anything I can do to help you all, I would appreciate that, because this is the time to do that at the halfway point of our spring session. So have a great weekend, everybody. I'll be around if any of you need help. Appreciate all your hard work thus far and look forward to working with you for the remainder of the course. This is Professor Hasse, live and in color from Claremont, California, signing off.